In last week's weekly market prediction video, we managed to make a prediction that paid off big time for us here at the trading channel, and hopefully you were able to capture some profits out of the market from this prediction as well. We managed to make right at 250 pips based on that prediction. Here's a screenshot to show you guys what I'm talking about. And in today's video, I'm going to take you guys through a clip from last week's video talking about this analysis, and then we're going to talk about how we actually got involved in this trade. If you think that these types of videos will improve your trading, then you need to do two different things. Go ahead and click that subscribe button and click the notification bell. Also, because YouTube takes a few days to actually alert you about these videos, and the markets move pretty fast, as you can see. So if you would like to be alerted faster about these videos, then what you can do is head over to thetradingchannel.net and sign up for our email list to make sure you're getting the fastest alerts about these videos, along with some other free education that we don't offer here on YouTube. While you do that, I'm gonna let the intro and disclaimer roll, and I'll be right back to talk you guys through this euro-dollar trade that banked in almost 250 pips. Okay guys, so the first thing we're going to do is take a look at a clip from last week's weekly market prediction video where we were talking about this zone you see in yellow right here as being an area we were looking at for trend continuation out of the euro dollar for at least a retest of these previous structure highs. One of the reasons I'm doing this is to prove to you guys that I'm not trading in hindsight. For those of you who are new here to the trading channel and this is your first time viewing one of our weekly market prediction videos, I know that there's a lot of Forex experts, in quotations, so-called Forex experts, so-called Forex educators out there, and I'm not trying to disrespect any other educators, but a lot of these people, a lot of these so-called experts are doing something called trading in hindsight. What this means is they'll look at a chart and look at price action that's already happened and then tell you why it happened. And that's not how we do things here at the trading channel. What we do is produce a video every single Monday making predictions before price action happens, because telling you why price action made it to a certain place is very easy for anyone to do. You can look at a market, you can look at a chart, and if price action has already happened, it's very easy to say why it happened. The difficult part is making predictions before price action happens, and that's what we do every single week here at the trading channel. And that's how I want to differentiate myself from other trading experts, so-called trading educators, is by showing you guys that we're actually making these predictions before the market makes its moves. So what I'm going to do is play you guys a clip from last week's video showing our predictions on the euro dollar before price action ever got to the spot we were predicting a bounce out of, and just going through what we expected out of this pair. And another reason I like showing these clips is just because our analysis from last week worked out. That's not always the case, but it's really cool when it does. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and show you that clip, and then I'll be right back to discuss more about how we entered the market here on this euro dollar trade as well. So what we have here is the same situation. Market pushed up, broke above a previous level of resistance, pulled down, creating a neckline, a double top, break through the neckline. We're expecting a retest, or really anywhere in this zone to be a good place to look for long opportunities for trend continuation, just as we saw in the past. So guys, as you can see, making those predictions last week before the market ever made its actual move, and the prediction ended up working out really nicely. We were talking about this market being in an uptrend, creating this double top scenario, yet still being in an uptrend, and we talked about this as being the area we would be looking for long opportunities. We ended up getting a nice entry reason in that area and a push up into trend continuation here on the euro dollar. We expected at least a retest of these highs, and that's exactly what we got. So how did we actually enter this trade? Well, there was a couple of different scenarios that were possible to enter this trade we talked about last week, but right now let me take you guys to an EAP email that was sent out about a trading opportunity in this zone. So here we are on that email, and what this market gave us in the EAP training program is a nice counter trend trade on our 4-hour time frame. As we discussed, the daily time frame was in an uptrend. The 4-hour time frame had started a downtrend, which made this a counter trend trade, but it gave us our counter trend trading strategy that we use in the EAP, a nice entry with that strategy while the daily market was in an uptrend. That can be a really good situation for counter trend traders, because at that point you have the ability to make some really good extra targets, just as we did on this euro dollar with the 250 pips on the second targets on that trade. So just to show you guys that not only are we making these predictions before price action happens, but we're also using this analysis to actually place trades. Here's that email. This email was sent out to all EAP Training Program members, and a lot of them made a lot of pips on this trade. I got tons of emails and comments after sending out this email. Now, if you want to get emails like this 3 to 5 times a week, not all of them win, by the way, just full disclaimer, We have plenty of losses in the EAP training program, but if you'd like to follow along with us, the emails are not meant as a signal service, but if you'd like to get the emails to actually see how I view the market, plus learn the counter trend and trend continuation trading strategies that we actually use in the EAP training program, along with much, much more, then there's a link in the description for you to learn more about that. Otherwise, let's continue with today's video. So head back over to the euro dollar. Let's drop it down to a 4-hour time frame, and let's take a look at this counter trend opportunity. As I said, the 4-hour time frame offered us a counter trend opportunity. The reason for that is because on the 4-hour time frame, we ran into this resistance level, we pushed down, we created a 1, 2, 3 move. This is 1 impulsive move down, 2 pullback, 3 next impulsive move down. Because of that, we had a possible reversal in trend, although we had this uptrend on the daily chart that we were looking at and expecting to continue. We had a possible reversal in trend because of this 1, 2, 3 move, making this a counter trend trade on the 4-hour time frame. Well, we ended up with a nice double bottom down here on this specific time frame. We had a market that pushed down, one bottom, pushed up, pushed down to another bottom, then pushed up and broke through that neckline, making this a great little double bottom. Also, if we look at the RSI, we had RSI divergence as well right here. This low is higher than this low of the double bottom, and on the RSI indicator, you can see that this low is lower than the next low here. So with that being the case, we had RSI divergence and a double bottom all happening right here at the zone we predicted the market would come out of and go up. We were predicting trend continuation out on that daily chart. We had a counter trend, double bottom, RSI divergence type situation here on the 4-hour chart on the euro dollar, and that's not the exact strategy we use in the EAP training program. I'm not going to say the exact rules for that strategy, but this is a way you could have gotten involved in this trade if you trade very simple strategies such as double bottoms and double tops. So that's what we were looking at last week on the euro dollar. That's how we took advantage of it. Now let's go ahead and make some predictions about where this pair could go and what this pair could do at this point by heading back out to a daily chart and talking you guys through the predictions I have in the future for the euro dollar. So let's go ahead and delete this and talk about what we're expecting next out of this pair. Well, considering that we were in an uptrend, we have this market pushing up to a high, higher low, high, higher low. We were expecting a higher high. But instead of that higher high, what we ended up getting is a retest of resistance and a very large candle in the downward direction. Because of this, I'm not looking for long trades. Right now, actually, on the euro dollar, I'm going to be looking for short trade opportunities down to our next level of support. That is my immediate prediction here for the euro dollar. Now, we may see another retest of this 1.2513 level. That being the case, I will be looking for shorting opportunities from that level once more. And we may just see a smaller pullback and a continuation down. In that case, I'd be looking on smaller time frames for some kind of shorting entry here on the euro dollar. If the market does push down a good ways as we expect it should after making this retest of resistance and large red candle here on the daily chart, if we get that push down, we're going to be looking at support right around these previous lows where the market found support before, right around 1.225. And a little bit higher than that. That's our first area we'll be looking for support once more, expecting this to kind of be a period of consolidation here on the euro dollar. Below that, if the market continues to push down, then we'll look at 1.2040 for our next level of possible support. If we get this push and we do not find resistance at 1.2513 yet again, then the next level of resistance we'll be looking at for the euro dollar is the 1.2608 level. And again, for our immediate predictions out of this pair, we're expecting either a retest of 1.2513 or for this market to have small pullbacks continuing down on lower time frames, and that's what we plan to take advantage of here on the euro dollar. Okay guys, so there's a few things to look out for on the euro dollar. There's my predictions on what I think this market may do in the very near future. If you're watching this video, then that means that you are more than likely struggling as a trader, and that's not always the case. There may be people watching this video that are just watching it for the predictions, and that's okay too. But what I want to say is that if you're struggling as a trader, it's not your fault. There's a lot of false information out there about trading, telling you that you need to be making 100% a week, 1,000% a month in order to call yourself successful and profitable. And unfortunately, that can really hurt the psychology of newer traders and really make it difficult for you to meet your own expectations. So again, it's not your fault if you're struggling. All it's due to is lack of proper education, lack of proper knowledge. And so don't be too hard on yourself if you're still struggling. Just dive into more free information from accredited people, from people that are showing you things like this, where they make predictions beforehand, before the market moves. What you want to avoid is learning from people that don't actually know how to trade. But if you're in that position where you're struggling as a trader, it's very rare that someone becomes a profitable trader through random bits of Forex education online, just random videos here and there for free. It's a very rare thing for someone to become profitable from that. Normally, just as with educating yourself about anything else, this is the same way college educates students on becoming a doctor or a lawyer. You need some type of organized curriculum taking you from where you are, whether you're a beginner or an intermediate person that's still struggling in trading, to a level of mastery in a specific career. If trading is something you want to be your career, then you need to get to that level of mastery. And if you're ready to invest in some more advanced education than what you can find here for free on YouTube, and if you enjoy the way I teach and find that you can understand this material that I'm producing for free here on YouTube, we have some way more advanced training that you can find links to in the description below. And the reason I wanted to bring this up is because I'm about to be revamping the entire members area, the entire course that we have called the EAP Training course. And once that revamp is complete, the price of that course will be going up. So for those of you who are on the fence, for anyone who is, again, ready to make that investment into your future, it's not for everyone. If you're not at the point where you're ready to invest in your trading education and try to master this skill, then it's not for you. But if you are at that level, then just click the link in the description labeled EAP Training Program to learn a little more about that course. I hope that this video brought some value to your trading. If it did, please go ahead and click that like button for us to help support the channel. For those of you waiting for the weekly market predictions video with the rest of the top 5 major Forex pairs, I'm going to be producing that tonight and probably publishing it tomorrow, which is Tuesday. So keep an eye out for that. I wish you guys the best of luck in your future trades. Email me if you have any questions at steven@thetradingchannel.net, and I'll see you guys in the next video.